Good day everyone. I am the reporter today. Our topic is talk about physical, intellectual, and learning disabilities, ADHD, and exceptional bright. Physical disabilities is generally refers to someone limitation to perform basic physical activities like holding, walking, climbing, lifting, or carrying, or etc. So this limitation limits the person's capacity to do the tasks necessary to live a normal life. More Monterey County Community Colleague 2010. We say physical disability means a person have difficulty doing basic movements like holding things, walking, climbing, lifting, or carrying. So this limitation make it harder for them to do daily activities needed to live normally. So there are six following are common physical disabilities. So number one is brittle bones disease. So this disease is the normally fragility of the bones. Children who suffer from this disease are prone to accidents. They also have a difficulty moving the parts of their bodies. So minor 2006. So when we say brittle bone disease, these bones are very weak and break easily. And children with this condition get hurt easily and find it hard to move their body parts. Number two, cerebral palsy. So this is a complicated condition that affects movement and posture due to the damage to a part of the brain that controls movement. So this condition happens before birth, during birth, or early childhood. Children with cerebral palsy are characterized by involuntary jerking movements, a poor sense of balance, spastic muscles, and speech impairment. Erickson 1994. So when we say cerebral palsy affects movement and posture because of the damage to the part of the brain that controls movement. It happens before, during, or right after birth. Signs include uncontrolled movements, poor balance, stiff muscle, and trouble speaking. So number three is muscle dystrophy. This is a neuromuscular condition characterized by the deterioration and wasting of muscle fibers. The child at birth may be normal, but as the year pass, the muscle growth strand starts to deteriorate. Leslie ND. So when we say muscle dystrophy, a condition where muscle get weaker and smaller over time. A child may look normal at birth, but as they grow older, their muscle become less strong. Number four, spina bifida. This is a defect due to incomplete formation of the spine and spinal cord. Children who suffer from this may suffer from paralysis or weakening of legs, deformities of the spine, and learning difficulties, aroma, and D. So, spina bifida, the spine and spinal cord do not form completely before birth. So, this can cause weakness or paralysis in the legs, changes in the shape of the spine, and sometimes learning problems. So let's proceed to number five, Friedreich ataxia. This debilitating, life-shortening, degenerative neuromuscular disorder. People who suffer from this may experience loss of conditions in arms and legs, fatigue, visual impairment, hearing loss, slurred speech, aggressive socialism, diabetes, and serious heart condition. Sherman ND. Friedreich ataxia, a serious condition that gets worse over time and affects the nerves and muscles. Symptoms include trouble moving arms and legs, tiredness, vision or hearing problems, unclear speech, curbs pain, diabetes, and heart issues. One is number six is dwarfism. So this is caused by a genetic or medical condition. People with dwarfism have an average height of 4 feet, have a delay with the development of their motor skills, aroma, and gait. So when we say dwarfism is caused by genetics or medical reason, resulting in shorter height, usually around 4 feet tall. Children may take longer to learn physical skill like walking or moving. So Monterey County Community Colleague 2010 suggested the following consideration that may be provided to children with physical disabilities. So number one is make the classroom free from obstructions so that the child can freely move and roam around. So number two is provide a wheelchair or accessible chair, desk, or table. Number three, consider the child punctually and attendance. Number four, give extension for tests and quizzes. Number five, provide an exemption for tiring and heavy physical activities or tasks. And the last one is give tasks that the child can do or perform. So let's proceed to intellectual disability. Intellectual disability, once termed as mental retardation, is characterized by poor or below average intellectual capacity towards calm, communicating, learning, thinking, and communicating. Children who suffer from intellectual disabilities have issue with their adaptive behavior such as routines, social skills, and personal hygiene. So, intellectual disability can be classified as mild, moderate, severe, and profound. The table below, adapted from Patel al. 2018, illustrate the severity levels of intellectual disability. So there are four types of severity. So number one is mild, number two is moderate, number three is severe, and number four is profound. So number one is mild. So communicate and language niya is hardly learns complex language concept and skills and can do simple addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division, can write and less simple letters. So, yung basic skills can do better self-care and home activities, can do basic independent jobs, and use public transportation. Yung support needed is need short-term support when needed, can live independently with appropriate support. And the number two is moderate. Iyahang communication and language is has a capacity to acquire basic language and academic skill may vary and can read basic sight words, copy and match written number to number of items. And iyahang basic skills is may fully learn self-care and home activities and can use public transportation with supervision. And iyang support needed is requires consistent support to live independently. And so number three is severe, and iyahang communication and language is has a very limited language and limited capacity to acquire academic skills. Ang iyahang basic skills is may have motor impairments, requires regular support and supervision. May learn basic skill with intensive training. Iyahang support needed is need regular, consistent, and lifetime support in school, work, and other and divorce. So the last one is profound. So young communication and language is has a very limited communication ability. Acquired academic skill are limited to basic concrete skill. So iyahang basic needs is has motor and sensory impairments and requires daily support and supervision. Ang iyahang support needed is requires highly intensive support across all activities and may need complete nursing and custodial care. When we say intellectual disability, is used to be called mental retardation means that a person have difficulty with mental abilities. They learn, think, understand, and communicate at a level that is below average. So what are the signs? So children with this condition often find it hard to learn new things, understand and use language, solve problem or make decisions, adjust to daily routines, get along with others or social skills, take care of themselves like dressing, eating or cleaning, personal hygiene. So, how is it classified? It is grouped into levels based on how much support the person needs. Number one, mild can learn basic skill and live fairly independently. Two, moderate needs more help with learning and dealing activities. Three, serves have very limited understanding and needs a lot of care and support. And number four, profound needs constant help and care for almost all activities. So, in short, it is a condition that affects how a person thinks and learns, but with proper help and support, they can still learn and grow. Following are some signs that a child has intellectual disability. Number one, the child manifests daily in crawling, walking, rolling over, and sitting up. Number two, the child has delayed language acquisition and development. Number three, the child has difficulty following rules and instructions. Number four, the child has no ability to determine what is correct or incorrect. Number five, the child has a behavioral problem such as tantrums. And the last one, number six, is the child cannot think critically and creatively. So there are the following are some tips for teachers when dealing with a child with intellectual disability. So number one is teach the child one skill or concept at a time. And number two, do one-on-one teaching with the child. And the number three, use physical and verbal prompting to guide and correct responses. And the number four, assess the child in doing simple tasks with necessary. And the last one, number five, is provide the child with hands-on learning. So let's proceed to learning disabilities. So learning disability is not synonymous with intellectual disability. In fact, scientists believe that children with learning disabilities are smarter than normal children. It just happens that they have difficulties organizing information in their brains. In a general sense, a learning disability is a brain disorder. Learning disability is a lifetime issue and cannot be cured. However, a person who suffers from this with training, education, and support can overcome the limitation and challenges. There are many people who suffered from learning disabilities but succeed in life and eventually became popular and influential like Albert Einstein, Steven Spielberg, Walt Disney, Pablo Picasso, and many more. So when we say learning disability, is a learning disability is a condition that affects how the brain process and organize information. It is not the same as intellectual disability. In fact, many children with learning disabilities have an average or even above average intelligence. So there are the following are the most common learning disabilities. Number one is dyslexia. This is the most common learning disability. Dyslexia is a reading disability wherein a person who suffer from this has difficulty understanding written words, sentences, and paragraphs. Children with dyslexia also have a hard time understanding what they hear and read. Number two, dyscalculia. This is a disability where a child's ability to understand and solve math concept is affected. Children with this disability cannot remember mathematics, process formulas, and equations. Number three, dysgraphia. This abilities limits the capacity of the child to form letters and write within defined space. And number four, auditory and visual processing disorder. These are sensory disabilities that limit the capacity of a child to understand the language even though he or she has a normal hearing and vision. Number five, non-verbal verbal learning disabilities. These are disabilities that make the child unable to recognize and translate verbal cues such as gesture, facial expression, and tone of voice. Similar to the another impairments and disorder, children with learning disabilities speak louder than other children, have vocabulary and speech problems, experience behavioral problems, and have slow motor development. Learning disabilities is affect how the brain understands and processes information. It does not mean a person is not smart. They just learn differently. It is a lifelong condition, but with proper support, they can succeed. So that's all. Thank you.